Zombie Apocalypse has surprised us once again. The most recent update being the Tempest King update with the new event, which is limited time only, that only goes up for 13 days. And in the early days of the challenge, I've been trying to figure out how to grind the tokens for the challenge. I'm gonna come up with a couple abilities that you could use. I do gotta know, if you're very new to the game and you just joined, it will be incredibly hard. So if you have a friend who has been doing this or has been playing this game for a while, I highly recommend you to team up with them, which I also know how to do solo and teammates. A key factor about this event is that it's not raid. You guys need to realize that. The boss has infinite health, so it will not die. This challenge is very weird, not like the other challenges. It consists on damage. Depending on how much damage you do, that's how many rewards you're gonna get. There's different sets into it. It measures individual damage and it measures team damage. And the mode that you get the most coins is when you do it by yourself, because you take all the damage for yourself. Even then, doesn't mean you have to spend your ultimate like a lot of people do. I would highly recommend to use normal abilities, never use your ultimate, but the only times you need to use your ultimate is whenever the boss is going to use their ultimate. Reason being because whenever you use yours, it cancels their animation, which can cancel you dying. And we would like to prevent that you just watched. And right here in the next clip, I'm going to show you how to use the ultimate and not to just use it like a chicken without its head on. And that was a beautiful example of how to use it responsibly so you can still have enough DPS to secure a good amount of coins. In the slower demonstration, we can see right there before he tosses his ult, we used ours to cancel it out, taking no damage on the aftermath, which is a perfect execution. This takes some serious concentration, especially when you're doing it alone. It's a lot easier when you do it with your teammates if you guys are all with the right coordination, basically being in sync, or else it won't work out. And at the end of everything, you do get a sweet victory, and you get a lot of coins if you do it on solo. But when doing it with teammates, you do get a less cut of your share if they don't use their ultimates. But if it were from my take, I would highly recommend you guys to do it by yourself. And the best way to do it by yourself, you could easily hide your portal. I personally like to do it where there's no people around, so nobody can join my server, or where nobody likes to go, being behind signs and stuff like that. Here I'm doing it behind the Titan. Here where nobody decides to go, even if they do go to the Titan, they're going to be disturbed by the menu. I will say to do stuff like this whenever doing the event, because people do decide to go in there and they just use their ults, which is extremely annoying. Moving on from all the speaking that I did before, now we're going to move on to the abilities that I've used personally that work wonderful with this event with DPS. I personally like to use Moonslayer and Anti-Magic. Those are my two favorite. But it's also because I have both at a level 100, being a max level, letting you do more DPS and also doing a lot more stuff. The other ability that's a phenomenal ability is Spin. I absolutely love Spin. But the thing to focus on this event is when you're using your ult, you have to use a quick ult. Stuff like the JoJo ult takes a long time, which could easily destroy your time since we only have a limited time on the event. Me personally, that's the reason why I like Hollow, Anti-Magic, and Moonslayer. They're really good ultimates and DPS abilities. In my opinion, I've used those. I've loved the amount of damage they do and how fast I get to do the DPS. I clear the whole tier list with just those two abilities. Hollow will be the quickest ult. Behind it, I would say it would be Anti-Magic. Behind Anti-Magic, I would say it would be Moonslayer. And of course, Hollow is a very limited ability. Moonslayer is a very easy grindable ability, but unfortunately for new people, this might be very hard for them. Unfortunately, this event is only made for people who have already played for a while, such as myself and other players, unless you guys decide to grind, of course. But with the less than 2 weeks of the event, it seems likely impossible. So that's why I highly recommend to have some friends who play this a lot, or that could just help you. But remember, this is not raid, so don't use the alt a lot. Also, this is just my beliefs, of course. If you guys have any other your guys' own techniques that work better than mine, make sure to leave it in the comments so other people can know about them. Like I said, I've been playing this event for 3 days now. This is the easiest way and fastest that I've been able to grind by myself. And of course, this is my first anime apocalypse video. I love making this video because I believe it's fun to tell people what's easier. And I'll be posting for a while. Maybe not about gameplays because those are boring, but maybe little guides and stuff like that, just like this. And sorry for the mic quality. First video, you guys already know how it is.